Hey guys, it's TechGreen here. In today's video, we're going to answer the question, are Intel GPUs good for streaming? That is right. If you guys do not know, a while back we did a video testing AMD GPUs to find out if they're good for streaming, gaming, and just everything in general. Did multiple videos on the whole subject, even comparing against NVIDIA GPUs to see which codec's better. And we found out that AMD GPUs are pretty good for actually just encoding and gaming in general. So that was cool to see. But then somebody commented on my videos like, hey, you should check out Intel GPUs because their AV1 encoders really good. So after they commented that, I started researching the crap out of Intel GPUs because originally for me, and I'm wondering, first of all, how do I install an Intel GPU? What do I need to do for drivers and all this other jazz? And I found out that the encoder for it actually takes half the amount of bitrate than encode a stream. So if you're coding a 1080p stream to Twitch that costs 6,000 bitrate, you get the same amount of quality for 3,000. So I was like, that has to be cat. There's no shot that's actually the case. So today we picked up a low profile GPU from ASRock, the ARC a380, and today we're gonna answer the question, are Intel GPUs actually good for recording and streaming? We'll be doing another video later comparing the Intel GPU to NVIDIA to see which one's better. So if you don't want to miss out on that video, definitely get subscribed. And I thought of an even better video idea because how cheap this GPU is, because this thing is only $120, right? I might do a video just mailing a stream PC out of this, like the cheapest stream PC possible. So if you want to see a video on that, let me know by smashing the like button. If we get over 50 likes, we will absolutely do the best budget stream PC. For our first test, we will be using the H.264 encoder with QuickSync and using 3,500 bitrate on slow. Now, during my testing, I found out when you actually record this on like balance, it's pretty good quality. But the biggest thing is you want to just drop it down to slow settings. That way you can actually get a little bit more performance out. It looks really nice, especially when you start increasing the bitrate. And I think this quality of footage looks good. It's not that fuzzy or blurry, because that was the problem with the AMD GPUs. When we started recording, they were a bit of blurry at times when you start moving around. Like NVIDIA has that problem when you're using around 3,000 to 6,000 bitrate, but I feel like with the ARC GPUs, I'm not seeing as much of it. And that is especially the case when we go to 6,000 bitrate. You can literally just see it not being like that fuzzy. Like there is some blur with the smokes, but it isn't that terrible. And then if we kick this up to QCP settings, which is like if you want to record nice footage, you want to record in QCP level 21, and then 16 for like the best quality possible. So you can see from this gameplay, it actually looks very clean and there's not as much blur or anything to it. However, there is a little bit of roughness to the footage, and that's just because of the fact that I would recommend if you do start recording, do 16 QCP, but then make sure your B frames are set to 3 and also your keyframes are set to 3. That will make it more smoother for FPS shooters, which I noticed from my footage, which I'll show you guys here. And you can just see the smoothness from this footage is significantly better compared to its actual counterpart version without like the keyframe set to 0, which is auto. I feel like if you just set the 3s, it's gonna look nice in the long run. So far the recording actually looks really good. Now comparing this actual GPU encoder to the actual AMD encoder, it actually just bodies it. It's not even a fair fight. If I had to say who has a better encoder so far, I'd say the Intel encoder. Now, the interesting about the Intel GPUs is that if you do record with them and use the AV1 encoder, since it's using half the amount of resources necessary to record a high quality file, that means the file size of it is going to be significantly less. So this also means if you stream to a certain platform like Twitch, YouTube, or Kick, and you have a limited bandwidth for your upload speed, instead of you having to stream with 1080p 6,000 to get the nice quality stream, you will only need to use 4,000 to 3,500 they get the same level of quality without impacting your actual bandwidth. So this is a really good option for people who have limited upload speeds but just need a great way to code it to get the same level of quality for that price point. And I feel like this is an awesome GPU to set up in your PC if you're looking for like another GPU for something just to encode your stream. This is honestly a great option, especially for my case, since I record really high quality files around 16 QCP, which is at the end of recording usually for 20 to like 18 minutes, is around 6 to 4 gigs. I can lower the actual QCP level from 16 to like 18 to even like just 20 and get the same level of quality but less as big. It's not going to be as big as the 16, but it's gonna look just as good. And the cool thing to keep in mind, since this is a low profile GPU, it doesn't need a PCIe 8-pin to actually support it, because what it's doing is getting the bandwidth for the actual GPU to the motherboard. That means it's also consuming power out of the PCIe slot. So usually a PCIe slot can support up to 75 watts of power. From my testing, I was noticing while I was actually just using it as a secondary GPU for coding, it was only drawing around 15 to 30 watts at times. Now, of course, I don't have an exact way to show this on screen to you guys right now, but all you need to know, it was not even getting close. Now that I tested Intel GPUs, what was my honest thoughts and opinions about the Arc series GPUs in general? So far, I feel like they're great for encoding in general. But my big thing with them, which I'm still iffy about, is just gaming and recommending them, because I can see things kind of like this now. I see AMD GPUs as the best thing if you want to just get the most dollar out of your buck to purely just game, and I see Intel GPUs so far as the best thing to use if you're looking for something to just encode some stream or some video. This will be like the best way to do it. But then if you go NVIDIA, you can literally have the both of best worlds. It's kind of like a master of all trades. It's really great for just gaming. It has DLSS, has a lot of stuff for like programming and doing models and just doing streaming in general. Like, I don't know what I really feel about like the Arc GPUs. I'm impressed by their codecs, but I wouldn't say I would recommend them if you are a gamer out there. This would be kind of something you would slap in another PC if you were looking to make a stream PC out of it. And we might just plan to do that here. If you guys did find this video helpful or did find it interesting, make sure to smash the like button. Don't forget, if we get 50 likes, we will build a stream PC out of it. And get subscribed so you miss some future tech content. I'll see you for one. Tech Rant out.